What is this box?
Well, this is the Civil War sword that commemorates the Trent affair.
The Trent affair, yes. Sent by Confederate President Jefferson Davis. James M. Mason and John Siddell were taken prisoner off the British ship, the Trent. This is not used in battle, this kind of sword right here. Okay.
And neither were either of the two envoys.
Oh, no, they were politicians. Politicians never fight.
John Slidell had the sword commissioned and gave it to James Mason. They were the two Confederate envoys that were arrested by the Union. I'm asking $15,000, and if we can meet somewhere around 12 to 13, I may sell it.
God, this is pretty amazing.
To James Mason,
Lest we forget
the Trent.
The American Civil War was going to hit England a lot harder than you might think because they were not going to be able to get cotton. So they were sort of on the south side. And James Mason and John Siddell got passage on an English ship, the Trent, to go to Europe and get money, get arms, and put up cotton as collateral. You know, the North considered Siddell and Mason traitors. So, you know, basically an American frigate pulled up next to him and says, we're boarding your ship and we're taking the guys. And that's when the shitstorm happened. If an American ship boards an English ship in international waters, it's the same thing as invading their country. The Trent affair might not be as well known as major Civil War battles, but historically, we were this close to getting in a war with England while we were fighting against our own brothers here at home. Thankfully, cool heads prevailed because it could have been an absolute disaster. I mean, it looks in great shape. Your paperwork's great. The number you were looking for?
I'm asking $15,000 for it.
To me, it sounds high, okay? Because a nerd like me, and obviously a nerd like you, know exactly what the Trent is. 99% of the people in this world do not. And I'm thinking like $5,000.
Oh, probably the least I could take for it would be $12,000.
I can't do it. It's historically significant, but it doesn't have a general's name on the side of it that fought at the Battle of Gettysburg or something like that. Tell you what, I'll go $6,000. I'm not a penny more.
You can meet me at 9, we've got a deal.
No, I go 6.
I certainly appreciate your time. I'll just have to hang on to it.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Change your mind, come on back.
Thank you. When he offered me $5,000, I was tempted to pull the sword out and show him what it was really used for. I'm just not prepared to sell it at that price.
What do we got here?
I have a World War II leather jacket worn by a real war hero. I came down to the pawn shop today to try to sell my World War II fighter jacket. I got the jacket from an old roommate. I have a lot of bills to pay. I'm hoping to get 10,000 bucks. I'd probably take as low as 4,000.
All right, so what do you want to do with it?
I'd like to sell it. I feel it's worth 10,000 bucks.
This is a genuine military jacket. I could see that. That's easy to tell.
On the back collar, actually, is U.S. Navy.
I'm pretty sure the Hellhawks were U.S. Army Air Corps.
This could very easily be an Army unit, and they just acquired some Navy jackets.
It's just a little weird to me. I know a guy who will know everything about this jacket. Let me have him look at this thing.
Sure.
And he will tell me everything about it.
Sounds great.
If this genuinely belonged to a Hellhawks pilot, it could be worth a lot of money. But I'm almost certain it should be from the U.S. Army, not the U.S. Navy. So I called in my buddy Marc to take a good look at it.
So what are your concerns with the jacket?
Okay, he believes the jacket's from World War II, but as far as I know, the Hellhawks were Army Air Corps, not the Navy.
There was a group called the Hellhawks that fought at Normandy. In terms of Heide Cooper himself, he was in the Hellhawks. I did find him listed in the Hellhawks as a member of the unit. The problem is, he was not the member of the Hellhawks that fought at Normandy. The Hellhawks is just the nickname for a group.
Really?
Yeah, It isn't the official name. So you also had a Marine Corps group that was VMF 213 that were the Hellhawks, also in World War II. And Haida Cooper is somebody that was in VMF 213. And they were a naval air group. But it is a very nice World War II fighter jacket. Less common than the Army fighter jackets.
Thanks a lot, man. You're the best.
Not a problem.
Hey,
Hope this
Mark,
helps.
appreciate the info.
The squadrons get known by the nicknames, but that's not their official name. So you get some confusion when you get an overlap of the same name and two different units.
Now, you will not get $10,000 for it. But we do have a World War II fighter jacket that I'd be willing to pay you like $1,500 for.
Yeah, I agree with you now that I know more. 10 grand is high, but it's got so much history. I'd take 4,000 bucks for it.
It's very interesting. The price doesn't go as much as they were a few years ago. I'll give you 2,000 cash right now.
2,500.
No.
No. I'd go 2,000, not a penny more.
Let's make a deal.
Okay. All right, meet you right up there. We'll write it up.
Thank you.
I gotta be honest, I was a little bummed when Mark told me it was from a different Hellhawks. But it's still a cool jacket, and I think collectors will definitely be lining up for something like this.
Hi there, how are you?
I'm doing great.
I have an 1861 coin that my grandfather gave to me before he passed away.
Okay. Yeah, it's an 1861 half eagle. It's definitely cool, man.
I brought down an 1861 coin that my grandfather gave to me. He said that it had some value. He said, always keep it. I need some home improvements done, and I'm just hoping for the best at this point.
Oh, this is cool. You know why they call it a half eagle?
No, I don't.
Okay, well, it's a $5 gold piece, and our standard gold coin was the eagle. That's what everyone called it, and that was a $10 gold piece.
Oh, okay.
The incredible cool thing is, generally, you never see one with a C on the back of it.
What's the C?
Okay. Normally, there's nothing there. That means it was from the Philadelphia Mint, where that's where we made most of our coins during this time period. But believe it or not, for a while, there was a mint in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, really?
Okay? It's a neat American coin. Do you know why we have a mint in Charlotte, North Carolina?
Nope.
It's because there was the Carolina Gold Rush. The gold was there, and we could strike the coins there. So if it's real, this is worth a lot more than a Philadelphia coin, since it's from Charlotte. Comparatively, it is much, much more rare. You have to understand, this was during the Civil War. And when countries like England got these coins from selling supplies like guns to the United States, a lot of the times they would melt them down and reuse the gold for their own coins. And that's one of the reasons why so few of these coins exist anymore. So how much did you want for it?
To be honest with you, I'm not sure.
This is one of the most counterfeited coins.
Oh.
It's got right around $350 worth of gold in it. You take a $350 hunk of gold, turn it to a $10,000 coin, makes...
Pretty profitable, yeah.
Do you want me to get Mike?
Yeah, go ahead and get him.
Who's Mike?
He's the guy who handles all my coins here. He knows a little bit more than me, just a little bit.
Oh, okay.
What's up, Rick?
1861 Charlotte.
That's a rare one. 1861 Philadelphia. There was over 700,000 of those. We're talking $500-600. With a C, we're talking a whole lot more. 20 times as much.
That's good news. It's
Yes.
great news.
Yes, absolutely.
So this is a rare find then?
Well, that's if it's real.
Okay.
So if you don't mind, I'd like to take a look at the mint mark and...
No, absolutely.
Okay.
What are you looking for exactly?
I'm just looking at the letter C and seeing if it is consistent with the rest of the coin.
How's it look?
After looking at it, yes, I believe that it is a authentic Charlotte minted coin.
That's awesome,
Okay.
awesome news.
So what's it worth? In this condition, I would say on a good day, you could get about 15,000 for this coin.
15? So me having this in my pocket earlier was not a good thing then.
Not so much.
Duly noted.
All right, beat it, Mike. Hey, nice to meet you.
No, hey, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Good luck, guys. It's really cool this coin turned out to be authentic. The guy seemed really happy, and he should be.
Wow. So what do you want to do?
$7,500.
No, 12. I think you'll do just fine.
I still have to send this off. Things can pop up when I send it off. They can give it a weird grading because they might say it's been cleaned.
Okay.
I end up assuming all the risk.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's somewhat split the difference. About 95.
I'll go $8,000, not a penny more.
Well, I'm good. $8,000.
All right.
Good doing business.
Come on, man, I'll write you up.
You got it. All right, thank you. I was very excited when I heard the value of this coin. Very happy with the $8,000. This is really going to help me in finishing my home remodel.
What is this?
I have Keith Haring artwork.
Okay, cool. Where in the hell did you get these?
I got them from a friend who got them from Keith Haring's Lover's Lover.
From Keith Haring's Lover's Lover.
Yes.
What a tangled web we weave.
I helped out a friend, and he gave me this artwork. I thought it was a little cartoonish and childish, but as soon as I did some research on it, I started to appreciate it, and I hope to walk out of here with a big pile of money.
If they're real, it's mega cool. It really is.
These might not look like much, but Keith Haring's art really did make a big social impact in the 1980s. I mean, the guy is an icon. I love it when I have a recognizable artist like Haring in my shop.
If they're originals, they're worth a lot of money.
Yes,
And do you want to sell them?
I want to sell them.
And how much do you want for them?
$75,000.
Let me have someone check these out, and if he says they're legit, we'll do something.
Looking forward to it.
I'll be right back, man.
I'm really excited to have somebody look at it. I think that it's rare, and I hope they're worth a lot of money.
These are the herrings you were telling me about.
Alleged herrings.
Alleged herrings, okay. These are great. The thing about Keith Haring, you see a Keith Haring, you know it's a Keith Haring. It wouldn't be a stretch to call him the world's first fine art cartoonist. I mean, that was kind of his thing. As a matter of fact, you see the outline on the pieces? He did that intentionally to make it seem like the viewer was looking at a television screen, you know, watching a cartoon. Got started as a tagger. Actually did a lot of these same characters in the New York subway system. That's kind of how he got his start.
Okay.
And he took a lot of pride in coming up with these really simple, but yet really iconic and identifiable figures. And I see a lot of them in here. You see, you've got the radiant baby. He was very well known for the baby. The three-eyed smiley face, that was another big thing. The snake, so very unique.
Okay, so do you think they're real?
That is a real concern. So let me see if I can identify anything that tips me off one way or the other. It's definitely not a print. You can see the inks, you can see where they're laid on and would be applied with a tip. So it's definitely a one-of-a-kind. Now, I'm looking at the signature, and it looks pretty good. He almost always put the K in there, K period Haring, and the cross is actually left over from his tagging days.
Okay.
So that's kind of an identifying symbol there. And he would comment on consumerism. You've got the dollar bill there. He would comment on religion. He always incorporated a cross into his work. So I don't think they're forgeries. I think they're legitimate Haring originals.
Me too.
Okay, so what do you think they're worth?
You know, pop art is doing really well right now.
All right.
Andy Warhol is just through the roof, and Haring is certainly in that group. I could see them in a gallery in New York in the $40,000 to $50,000 range.
Each.
Each.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks, Marc.
Hey, pleasure as always.
Thank
Chip,
you very
it was
much.
nice meeting you. You've got some nice pieces here.
Okay, so I'll give you 45 grand for them. I can probably find them wholesale for 30 grand a piece.
I would say that 50,000 and they're yours. That's an easy $10,000 in your pocket.
I'll go 48 grand. That's what I'll go. You want 48,000, I will give you 48,000. That's not a penny more. I have a store to run.
49,000?
No. Find someone else to pay you that much money cash. But you won't find it here in this town.
All right, deal.
Okay, man. All right, I'll meet you right up front, and we'll do some paperwork.
All right. Only in America can you bring a couple cartoon figures in to a pawn shop and walk out with $48,000. That's a brand new truck. A nice one.
A guy called me the other day and said he had an antique circus item for me. So he brought it by today and set it up out back. And now I'm gonna go check it out. That is cool. You go ahead and turn that off. So this is a Calliope, right?
Yes, it is. They would put this inside the tent to play when the circus would start.
Okay. People either love the sound of these things or absolutely hate them.
The Calliope is very Americana. It signifies a circus is coming to town. This Calliope has 43 notes and runs on air. I'd like to sell it today because I've got a space problem. It'd be wonderful to get 5,600.
Where in the hell did you get it?
I manufacture amusement park attractions, and I got it from a circus family in Ohio.
Okay. I absolutely love these things because there's real science here. I mean, this is like early acoustic designs. I could definitely nerd out on this thing. So, do you know anything about it?
This is a Tangley model CA43, made in 1924 by the Tangley Calliope Company.
And this thing was made for compressed air, not steam?
Right, that's what Tangley was known for. They called it the Air Calliope, and they marketed it to people who didn't want to bother with a boiler.
Do you have the case that these went in?
Yes, I do. This case is for transporting the pipes. As you can see, they're graduated.
All right. I'm no circus expert, but I know things associated with the big top can bring big money. This thing, though, does look in pretty rough shape. So I need to know if it's even worth the cost of restoration before I make an offer. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be done to this thing. This front right here is replaced. We have screwed up keys here. I don't think they're all gonna work exactly right.
Yeah, there's some maintenance.
So how much do you want for it?
About half the restored value. 5,600.
All right. Do you mind if I have someone look at it? Because to resell this thing, I have to make it look like a piece of furniture. I mean, if someone puts this in their house, they can't use that compressor.
No, go ahead.
Give me like 5 minutes. I'm gonna go give someone a call.
Okay. I'm very confident that an actual expert would back me up because this has significant antique value.
What you got for me today?
This.
Wow. An amazing piece of history right here. The Calliope has a really unique sound, and as soon as you hear it, it brings back a memory of your childhood. You're just all excited, and you want to see the tent and eat cotton candy and look at the elephants and lions and tigers and bears.
I always found that the clown's pretty creepy. What about you?
Clowns scare the heck out of me. What do you guys need to know about this thing?
First, I need to know how much it would cost to make it look pretty and run right.
Well, definitely, you called the right guy. But we'll have to tear into it and take a look real quick.
All right, well, do your magic.
Right. Calliopes appeal to everyone, from a little kid to an old man. Most of them are automatons that will play pre-done music, but this one in particular was designed where you would need a player to play it.
It's old.
Well, looks like it's gonna need a little bit of work. You can see the original wood in there, some really nice wood. We got some good bones to work with. A couple of the hoses are gonna need to get changed out, but otherwise it looks good. I don't see any rot. Everything's there, and that's the best part about it.
Okay.
You're probably looking at about $1,000 for all the woodworking, and then maybe 2 or 3 for a compressor. All restored and done, these definitely get 10 to 12,000 once they've been modernized.
All right, you gave me something to work with. Thanks, Roy. Appreciate it, man.
All right, Rick, thanks for having me. If Rick does pick up the Calliope, I'm very excited to work on this one. It'll look so different. Rick's gonna be absolutely surprised.
Oh, my God. Another project from hell. Okay. It's going to sit around from anywhere from 2 weeks to 5 years. There's just not a lot of people out there in the market for a Calliope. You know, it sounds like a great investment. Give me you $5,600 and then give Roy like $2,000, and I might get $10,000 for it. You know what? I will give you $4,000 and not a penny more. That's the most I can go.
Deal.
Okay. It's now my problem, I guess. Let me go get you some money. Come on.
All right. I figured 4,000 was within the absolute lowest of my ideas. I think I'll take my $4,000 and tango down to Argentina.
What do we have here?
It's a 16mm camera, and it's made by Berndt-Maurer.
Okay. We're gonna make a newsreel or something?
Yeah. I came to the pawn shop today to sell my 16mm camera. I found it in the attic of an old theater. I'm having a baby, and I want to sell it because I need lots of baby gear. I would like to get $2,000 for the camera, but I maybe will take a little bit lower.
This is really uber cool. Do you know anything about it?
I do know it's a Berndt-Maurer camera.
Okay. And the lens, you know, it's Bell and Howell. They were really big on lenses back then.
Uh-huh.
Rarely back then did the camera maker make the lenses. There's some early cameras that go for a lot of money. The thing is, this particular brand, I'm not real familiar with. I'm assuming you want to sell this?
I do want to sell it.
And how much do you want for it?
I was thinking maybe $2,000?
One of the problems you have here is I don't see any stickers on it or anything. You don't have the plug for it, do you?
I don't.
This is one of the things that hurts me, and I don't know. I don't know if everything works. And it's got a really bizarro brand. That's some weird stuff you have going on. Do you mind if I call somebody up? Just try and figure out what I can get out of this thing.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hang out a minute. I'm gonna go give him a call.
All right.
Older movie cameras always go for good money, but this particular one, I'm not sure on the value. So I called in my buddy Martin that deals in old Hollywood memorabilia to help me out.
Well, it's in fantastic condition. It's a Berndt-Maurer camera. So it's Eric Berndt and Johnny Maurer got together in 1934. They formed a partnership to build cameras. This guy, John Maurer, to me, he was like the Les Paul to the guitar.
Okay.
He has 90 patents during his lifetime. They are fantastic cameras. It's also very, very rare.
It's really neat, but I don't know what it's worth.
It is, it's a fantastic camera. We don't know whether it works or not, which can have some impact, but I think possibly it could be made to work. Berndt-Maurer cameras are very rare. As an auctioneer, I look at auction records to see what have similar cameras sold in the past. And the reality is that none of these have been brought to the market. Any of these that are around today are in museums such as Eastman House. So that, of course, adds value. At auction, if we were to take this to auction, we would put a conservative auction estimate of $2,000 to $4,000 on it, and I think we should sell it in the range of $4,000.
Okay. Thank you.
Which is a good number.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, thanks, man.
Pleasure. Good luck.
Thank you.
Yes. The camera is in great condition. So this is something that you have it on the shelf in your living room, you have it in your office, and you're holding an asset that potentially will appreciate in years to come.
Okay, so, what's the best you'll take for it?
I would like $3,000 for it.
That's not gonna happen. Okay?
But you love it. You want to take it home.
I do. Like I said, I absolutely love this camera. I think it's amazing. And,
How much do you love it?
well, I love it a lot, but this is my problem. I'd have to resell it, okay? I don't know if everything works. I'll give you $1,400 for it.
Okay, how about $2,000?
No, $1,500 is what I'll go. because there's still a lot of questions, and if everything in here is trashed, I might get 1,000. That's why I will go 1,500, not a penny more, because this is straight up gambling. Now, these right here, they're roulette wheels.
How about 1,600?
How about 1,550?
Okay, fine.
We have a deal then.
Okay.
Great. I'll meet you right over there, and I'll write this up, and you never have to carry it again as long as you live.
Thank you. I made $1,550, and I'm going to buy a lot of diapers and baby things now.
What do we got here?
I found at a foreclosed house that I bought. I was kind of cleaning out a bunch of junk in there and came across this book in a closet, kind of stuff in the back corner. And boom, that's what I came across.
Whoa, a Martha Washington $1 bill. This is pretty amazing.
Coming to the pawn shop today to sell this dollar that I found with Martha Washington on it. I'm hoping to sell the dollar for about 1,500 bucks. It'll be a nice little cushion. I'll probably buy something cool, you know, maybe a hot tub or a pool table or something like that to go with the house.
You know, to this day, when they make the plates for a bill, one guy does the engraving for the front, one guy does the portrait, and then a third person does the back. Because they never want one person to engrave it all, because if one guy can engrave everything for a bill, he can engrave another bill.
That's smart.
Silver certificates were bills that was a promise to give you silver dollars for your money. So if you had a $10 bill that was a silver certificate, you could go to the Treasury and they would give you 10 silver dollars for your $10 bill. What had ended up happening is the price of silver started going up, and the amount of silver in a silver dollar was worth more than a dollar. Finally, the government had to say, hey, enough, we're gonna run out of silver. So it's just in incredibly good shape. Luckily, it was in this book. How much are you looking to get out of it?
You know, I looked online a little bit, and what I could see is it, you know, was worth around 1,500 bucks.
I mean, it's in really good shape. Do we need to get it graded?
Well, that's the weird thing. When it's in this good a shape, you really do need to get it graded. But there's 10 grades of a pristine bill. I mean, this thing could be worth anywhere from between 1,000 and 10,000.
10,000? Oh my gosh.
It all depends on how it grades out, and there's a lot of variables when it comes to paper money. I have a friend who's in town right now, and he grades bills. I'm gonna get him down here. He'll tell me what grade it is and help me on the price a little bit, and we'll go from there. Okay?
Perfect, sounds good, thanks.
Be right back, man.
So hearing that it could be worth $10,000, I'm pretty stoked. That'd be amazing.
How's it going, buddy? Hey, Rick, how
How's
are
it going,
you?
man?
Nice to meet you, Peter.
Hey, Brian.
This is the, Martha $1 bill. It's in great shape, and but it's that weirdness with paper money, and you guys and your little grading weirdness.
Sure. This is fantastic. My name is Peter Trillia, and I work for a company called Stack's Bowers Galleries. I'm an expert in rare United States paper currency. Well, this is an 1891 $1 silver certificate. Well, the overall condition is pretty fantastic, actually.
Grab you a tray real quick.
Yeah, please, thank you. I brought my light here. Okay, so as you know, paper currency it's very fragile. Unlike coins, you can kind of fool around, you can iron, you can enhance the condition of a bill. But, well, this is actually really high grade. At first glance, appears to be flawless, and if so, could be worth upwards of $20,000.
Wow.
It is in absolutely awesome condition. The best a bill can be is gem, crisp, uncirculated, and the worst is a pour. This is kind of towards the top end of the range.
Okay.
However, it does have a very slight centerfold, which takes it out of the uncirculated category. It is not in the top range. As far as value, I would put a conservative retail value around $1,500.
Okay.
But it's a cool find here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm stoked.
I just love the fact that you're saying Martha Washington is on a centerfold. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Anytime, Rick.
Thank you, buddy.
Corey's a pleasure.
Thanks, Peter.
Nice meeting you. Take care. If the shop is able to acquire this bill, I think it's a fantastic buy for them. They should have no issue selling it quickly.
So the man said 1,500 bucks. What do you say, man?
He said $1,500 was a fair retail value, okay? And I have to make a living. So I'll give you 800 bucks.
800 bucks. Oh, man, you're killing me.
She just got offered $800 for a $1 bill.
Yeah,
That you found.
I get you guys got to make a living, but come on, man. 1,400.
Tell you what, I'll give you $1,000 for it. I think it'll sell really quick.
Can you do 1,200, man?
I will go 1,100 bucks. I won't go a penny more. That's what I can do.
I did find it in the book, so I can't really complain about that. So,
all right,
thank
deal.
you guys, man.
Come with me. We'll do some paperwork.
Walked in the shop with a book and a $1 bill, and now I'm leaving with $1,100 in my pocket.
What do we got here?
Well, I got a photograph of Orson Welles that I believe is signed by him that you may be interested in.
That is pretty damn cool. And it's from Citizen Kane. It couldn't be a better picture, too, because you have a picture of Orson Welles, and behind Orson Welles is a picture of Orson Welles.
My grandfather passed away. He was a movie buff, and I was going through some of my grandfather's photos and found this photo that was signed by Orson Welles. There's no sentimental value to me. I'm not a big movie buff like my grandfather was.
This autograph, it sort of looks like gobbledygook. Yeah, I mean, it's sort of hard to make out the whole Orson Welles out of that. Did you have an idea what you wanted for it?
I was thinking, this 5,000.
I mean, if it's real, it's really cool. I mean, because I can't think of something better to have Orson Welles' signature on than basically this photo right here. I think it adds a lot of value because it's signed on this picture as opposed to signed on one of his normal publicity photos or something like that.
Good.
Let me get my buddy down here. He'll take a look at it, and if it is real, we'll talk.
Sounds good. I don't know much about the photo, so I think an expert's great.
So, I mean, obviously why I called you down here is that signature legit?
It's rare to see anything kind of from a movie sign. Usually it's, especially from this period. Usually the stuff is, like a pose shot or a promo shot they would send out. It's rare that you'd see something from a film. So I'm kind of highly skeptical about this one. I do want to look at the ink and just kind of get a feel for what he signed this in. And kind of right away you could see here, this is, basically like a liquid type ink. So it's not a fountain pen. Kind of see how it's kind of bled off through here. So we do have a live pen here. The next thing, pretty familiar with this guy's signature, and he was just very sloppy. And the thing I kind of look for is a rush signature from him. Sometimes connected all the way, sometimes he didn't. And here's a great example. Rush signature, you could see here, where he starts off here and he's just kind of flying through this whole thing.
Okay, so is it real?
Well, based on everything I've seen here, no question, signature's perfect to me. Absolutely looks great on the photo.
So what's it worth, you think?
Well, what I haven't seen is something from Citizen Kane. Based on that, perfect signature, no personalizations, which definitely helps the piece, I could see this easily being worth $2,600, $2,700.
I mean, that's good. That's a fair price. I didn't know what it was worth to start with.
Right.
I didn't even know if that was his signature.
Well, thanks, man.
Thank you, appreciate it. One thing I could say about Citizen Kane, still very popular. Still studied in film school. I mean, people really know this movie. And I think that image, it's so iconic. I think that piece would fly right off the shelves.
So with all that said, what's your best price on this thing?
With the picture being really good and clear and the way the signature flows, can you go 2,200?
Nope. Go 1,200. I mean, I got a business. I mean, I got to frame this thing, everything else. It's really cool, but I got to sell it.
1,800?
I'll tell you what, I'll give you 1,500 bucks, not a penny more.
That's fair, 1,500.
All right, cool, man. We'll go do some paperwork, and maybe you can take a trip to Xanadu or something. What do we got here?
This is a Marc Chagall print that I have for you.
Okay. Do you know who Marc Chagall was?
Sort of.
Very famous painter. He's a post-impressionist. You know the difference between like impressionism and post-impressionism?
Not really.
The easiest way I always explain it to people is impressionism, blurry. Post-impressionism, really blurry.
I came to the pawn shop today to sell my Marc Chagall print. I'm looking to get $1,000 for my Marc Chagall print, and I don't think I'll be willing to go any lower than that. If I sell the Chagall print today, I'll probably pay some bills.
I think this is really, really neat. Where'd you get it?
So I have a wealthy aunt, and she gave it to me, but it really just doesn't go with the decor of my house.
All right. There's probably like 24 artists in the world where you just look at their art and go, okay, that's Picasso or Picasso-esque,
Right.
or Renoir. Chagall is one of those people. Marc Chagall, 500 years from now, they'll still be talking about his paintings and they'll still be worth money.
Cool.
He lived a long time. He lived into his 90s, I think it was.
Wow.
This guy was hanging out in Paris with like Renoir and Picasso and all those guys back at like the turn of the century. I mean, just like there was all these new artists popping up everywhere and these new styles of painting. If you ever get a chance to go to Paris,
Okay.
go to the Paris Opera House. He painted the entire ceiling.
Oh, wow.
And it looks like a lithograph. Litho means stone and graph means writing.
Okay.
So it's stone writing. So originally what it was is they would take stones, I mean, a big giant piece of limestone, completely flat, and they would etch into it the image.
Oh, wow.
Okay, one for each color. So on each impression, you would carve in what would be blue. You would ink the stone.
Put the paper on top.
Then put like a 2,000-pound stone on top of it and press the ink into the paper, and then move on to the next stone for the next color, and then the next.
That's quite the process.
Yes, and over the years, they've changed that process, made it a lot simpler, but that's basically lithography.
Okay.
So how much you want for it?
I don't, maybe around $1,000 or so.
Did you get any paperwork on it?
I don't have any paperwork with it.
Okay, so we'll call it Marc Chagall-esque until we make sure it's.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, give me a minute or two. Let me get someone down here to take a look at it so we can figure out exactly what it is.
Sounds
okay?
great.
I'll be right back. Tried to be an artist, but sausage fingers, I barely hold a brush. So it looks Chagall.
That is an image by Chagall. So Chagall discovered lithography after he was already very, very famous. He started doing lithography at the age of 63. But the person he learned it with was the absolute master, Merlot. Chagall brought his skills as a painter and as a colorist to this medium, and he changed the standards of all lithography. This is Captain Bryaxis's dream. In fact, it's one of his most famous images. It's rumored he literally just slept on the floor of the print shop during the production of this particular work to ensure his colors, because the color was really the key to Chagall. That's the thing that set him apart.
With Chagall, usually I see like images and a white background.
Yeah, it's very dark, but this particular image is from a work called Daphnis and Chloe. It's a 2nd century Greek poem. This was put out as an illustrated book. If you look very closely, you're gonna see a bit of a crease here. And that's because this is a double panel work. So it's a little more valuable, and it's the only double panel that was in the overall set.
Okay, so the big question, what's it worth?
If this was in a gallery in San Francisco, New York, it's worth at least $8,000.
Awesome. Okay.
All right, sweet, dude.
I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
All right, good luck to you guys.
So you still want $1,000?
No, obviously. I'd like a little bit more than that now.
I understand that. I'll tell you what, I'll give you $3 grand for it.
Well, that's kind of low. He just said it was 8.
That's in a nice gallery in New York or San Francisco where they have really high markups.
Got a nice establishment
What is your
here.
best price on it?
Lowest, 6,000.
I'll give you $4 grand.
5.
I'll give you $4,500, not a penny more.
I'll take 45. Deal.
Okay. I'll meet you right over there and do some paperwork.
Cool. Thank you very much.
This is what happens when you call it an expert. You pay more money.